call myself Blue Figures because I'm mostly speaking on things that I'm pondering on. Recently, Brother Polite had a allegation of him doing lewd acts with a 14-year-old that was his wife's daughter. Even though there's proof involved, physical proof, they're still saying allegation, so I'm going to say allegation as well. But maybe about a month or two ago, I did a call out on YouTube as a short video asking others about their situations of ABUSC because I had experienced it. I had spoken on my experience as a 4-year-old child almost being asphyxiated, and I was exposed to by a 60-year-old plus man that I had met and seen and been in company with for some time. I can't say years because I can't really speak on what happened when I was 3, but I definitely remember knowing him when I was 4. And that's also when it took place. But anytime other than that, nothing ever happened. In mixed company and no company, never had any problems until that day, or that night rather. Now, with the allegations with Brother Polite and his daughter, his stepdaughter, my thing is, what is going on? Because I know I'm not the only one. I'm not the only female that has experienced it. There's males out there that have experienced going through something as a young child with an older man or an older woman. And my thing is, if we're going to speak on the repercussions or if we're going to speak about the cases of now, why haven't we ever spoken on any cases of any other time that this has happened? Because this has been happening for centuries. Some people had it as a religion. Some people have it in their religion that it's okay for you to do something to a child that's 3-year-old or 4-year-old because they won't remember it. But no one's ever speaking about what's the source. What is the true main reason for this to continue happening? Because you see, in the days and times of now, there's still child trafficking. Children aren't looking for children. So who's looking for them? It's got to be adults. So what is the need and the want for an adult to want a child? Where is this coming from? Is there something in the air? Is there something in the atmosphere? Is there something in the food? Because a hurt person, they say hurt people, but if you experienced the hurt when you were ABUSC'd, why would you want to do that to someone else, whether you know that person or not, whether you know that child or not, whether it's a stranger on the street or not? Why would you want to do that when you know how it made you feel and you remember how it made you feel? And if it supposedly drove you to do what you did, if you knew how you felt when it happened to you, why would you want to turn around and do it to someone else? There has to be an underlying reason in which they speak about people are schizophrenic all the time, people saying that they have mental issues all the time. But what is the name? What is the problem? What is the procedure when this is still happening since the beginning of time? Now, I can honestly say I've looked into Egyptian religions and all that. I didn't see anything about small children. After menstruating time for women, most women are at least 9 years old, which means they're able to bear children, which I'm not saying that's right. None of this video is advocating that. I just want to know the why. Everyone, no one's speaking about the why. Everybody's speaking of the product, and no one's speaking of the why. I need the math problem. I got to put it together for it all to make sense. So if a woman can become married back in those times, and in other countries now at 8 and 9 years old, because they're able to bear children at that age, what about 6 and 7, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 newborns? What is that about? Why is that a thing? Why does that need to be done? And if a person said that it happened to them, how could they have remembered if that happened to them? And if they were old enough to know right from wrong, and they knew that it was a bad thing and they kept it to themselves, why would you turn around and do it to someone else? There's a why that I need to answer to. And that's why I called out to YouTube. I want to know why. I want to hear your story. I know what my story is. I know what most of my people that I've spoken to about ABUSC, I know what their stories are. But where's the why? Why is no one speaking of the why? There has to be a reason for this. You could call it sickness. You can call it wanting to have power. Okay, but for how long? And if the person that did it to you, if that person had no power, why on earth would you think that you're going to have power if you do it? There's a deterrent factor here. I've had some teeth taken out, so it's hard for me to talk. But there's a deterrent factor here that everyone needs to get down to the bottom to. I will ask again, please tell me your stories so we can collaborate and maybe come together on a solution so this can stop happening. So NAMBLA can't happen. You know what I'm saying? We're going in the wrong direction. We're literally going backwards. We're going backwards to Rome, where it was okay. We're going backwards.